All right, still technically a work site, but I'm gonna do a quick walk around so you can see where we're at. It's actually kind of tall because those are 80-inch doors, both of them. The metal roofing turned out pretty good. I'm about to finish up the front gable, I guess that's called. So you can kind of see from the outside, you know, it stands up pretty high. This window. Today is windows and doors and gables. And if I can, I'm going to get to some sealant. I got to seal the outside from bugs and cold. All right, here we go. All right, what I'm doing here is I'm creating a template out of about a 3.5 foot, 2.5 foot piece cut. And you got to make sure you wear gloves with this because, man, these things are real sharp. I was real glad to be done with this roofing, that's for sure. Yeah, it'd be much easier on the roof, but last thing you want is to fall off a tin roof, or fall through it. So I am creating a template that is, you know, positioning it in such a way that the other 6 can follow. So what I'm trying to do is put these exactly 1 inch overhang so that the water goes a certain direction. You always want to bear that in mind when you're putting these together. Now, one of the difficulties is there's no wood underneath except for right here. So I've got wood right here and that's it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to hold if I do it far enough back. But here we go. I'm going to do this high speed for you. Okay, I'm trying to get this done before it rains. I did encounter a little inconsistency here, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it didn't quite match up. You can see, I'm not sure. I checked every single one of them. They're all they're all layered, only one, you know, one over. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but that's like weird math. Nice, shiny, finished roof. On this side of the gable, we are cramming them in because the hole is smaller than the wood. And so it works just fine. And then you put a little screw in each side. Holds great. I got a lot of these to do. Okay, I apologize for not being able to show you the process. I'm in a hurry, I'm trying to beat the cold. So I'm just gonna show you the result and maybe a little bit here and there. All right, so this side was significantly better. I learned to start on that end because when I started on the other end over here. I ended up with a gap right in there that I had to fill. You see, I chucked it. So it was wiser to start on this end and then come over here. And that's not a gap. It's actually covered by the wood quite well. Over here, same thing as front. I got screws in on both sides. I've got them turned like that because that's what fills the gap. All right, and now I'm on to the window. So first, furring strip, and here we go. Window number 1 is done. There's not a need to do one up here. You can see on the outside, I did all 4 sides. The furring strips stick out a little bit. That's okay. It's a cabin. I'm not worried about it. In time, I'll find a way to shave that off, if possible. Hey man, it's working. It needs a little sealant. I noticed one of these, the sealant had come off, so I'm gonna need to get some. See that? Really, really old window. So I'm gonna need to get some sealant and finish this putty up. But that one's done. On to the next one. Window number 2 is done, and I got to move on the doors. I'm trying to beat the sunlight because it's going to get really cold tonight. All right, it is significantly warmer than the outside, even with no front door. And so, done. Now the door is only temporarily, I got a latch on the outside, just flips on and off to hold the door closed. I'm gonna need to, of course there's a lot of work to do. I'm gonna need to probably sand this whole edge down. It doesn't quite close, it's very tight close. I have this here because the door frame is not level or it's not square, and this area would you could see daylight. But everything, you know, of course up there, I've got to get that. Just a seal would be fine. You can see it's not square, and it is what it is, you know. Not much I can do about that. The bottom is square. That looks good. That'll just get a brush guard. So these worked out really well. I'm pretty pleased with that. There's some minor adjustments, you know, like you can see that that's not entirely up against the window. I'll work that out later. So what you're going to see, however, is you're going to see daylight through a lot of this stuff, like right here. You know, you can see that there's a lot of filling to do. I haven't quite figured out what to do about that yet. I've got some ideas. My wife and I have some ideas. And again, it's a cabin. I mean, but it's significantly warmer in here than it is outside, even with the door not on. Now, should I want to sleep here tonight, all I got to do is just put a tarp there. But I'm done, man. Other than the door, the next thing is the floor. I need to secure it a little better. There's a spot right here that doesn't have any support right there, and I'll have to fix that later. Of course, putting some flooring on might solve that problem too. But that's it, man. I think we're good for now. beautiful sunset.